8. Viparyayo mityajnanam atidrupa pratishtam. Indiscrimination is false knowledge not established in real nature. The next class of vrittis that arise is mistaking the one thing for another, as a piece of mother of pearl is taken for a piece of silver. 9. Shabdajnananukti vastushunyo vikalpa. Verbal delusion follows from words having no corresponding reality. There is another class of vrittis called vikalpa. A word is uttered, and we do not wait to consider its meaning, we jump to a conclusion immediately. It is the sign of weakness of the chitta. Now you can understand the theory of restraint. The weaker the man, the less he has of restraint. Consider yourselves always in that way. When you are going to be angry or miserable, reason it out, how it is that some news that has come to you is throwing your mind into vrittis. 10. Abhava pratyalambana vrittir nidra. Sleep is a vritti which embraces the feeling of voidness. The next class of vrittis is called sleep and dream. When we awake, we know that we have been sleeping. We can only have memory of perception. That which we do not perceive, we never can have any memory of. Every reaction is a wave in the lake. Now, if, during sleep, the mind has no waves, it would have no perceptions, positive or negative, and, therefore, we would not remember them. The very reason of our remembering sleep is that during sleep there was a certain class of waves in the mind. Memory is another class of vrittis, which is called smriti. 11. Anubhutavishayasam pramosha smriti. Memory is when the vrittis of perceived subjects do not slip away, and through impressions come back to consciousness. Memory can be caused by the previous three. For instance, you hear a word. That word is like a stone thrown into the lake of the chitta. It causes a ripple, and that ripple rouses a series of ripples. This is memory. So in sleep, when the peculiar kind of ripple called sleep throws the chitta into a ripple of memory, it is called a dream. Dream is another form of the ripple which in the waking state is called memory. 12. Abhyasvaragyabhyan tannirodha. Their control is by practice and non-attachment. The mind, to have this non-attachment, must be clear, good and rational. Why should we practice? Because each action is like the pulsations quivering over the surface of the lake. The vibration dies out, and what is left? The samskaras, the impressions. When a large number of these impressions is left on the mind, they coalesce and become a habit. It is said habit is second nature, it is first nature also, and the whole nature of man, everything that we are, is the result of habit. That gives us consolation, because, if it is only habit, we can make and unmake it at any time. The samskara is left by these vibrations passing out of our mind, each one of them leaving its result. Our character is the sum total of these marks, and according as some particular wave prevails, one takes that tone. If good prevail, one becomes good. If wickedness, one wicked. If joyfulness, one becomes happy. The only remedy for bad habits is counter habits. All the bad habits that have left their impressions are to be controlled by good habits. Go on doing good, thinking holy thoughts continuously. That is the only way to suppress base impressions. Never say any man is hopeless, because he only represents a character, a bundle of habits, and these can be checked by new and better ones. Character is repeated habits, and repeated habits alone can reform character.